Hello and welcome to our video on the top 10 horror writers of all time. Starting off our list at number 10, we have Richard Matheson. Richard Matheson was born in New Jersey in 1926. He began writing science fiction and horror in the 1950s and quickly established himself as a leading figure in the genre, with works such as I Am Legend and The Shrinking Man. He also wrote scripts for television shows such as The Twilight Zone and Star Trek. Matheson passed away in 2013. Coming in at number 9, we have Shirley Jackson. Shirley Jackson was born in 1916 in San Francisco, California. She wrote novels, short stories, and essays, but is best known for her horror and psychological fiction, such as The Haunting of Hill House and We Have Always Lived in the Castle. Her work is still widely read and studied today. Shirley Jackson's unique storytelling style and her ability to create an atmosphere of unease and tension continue to captivate readers today. Her works remain essential reading for those interested in the psychological dimensions of horror and suspense literature. At number 8, we have Clive Barker. Clive Barker was born in Liverpool, England in 1952. He is a writer, filmmaker, and visual artist, known for his horror novels, short stories, and films. His most famous works include The Hellbound Heart and the Books of Blood series. He continues to write and create new work in various mediums. Apart from writing novels, Barker has also penned numerous short stories, plays, and screenplays. His other notable works include Weave World, Imagica, and The Thief of Always. Barker's writing often explores themes of sexuality, the nature of good and evil, and the blurred boundaries between reality and fantasy. Number 7 on our list is Dean Koontz. Dean Koontz is an American author known for his suspenseful thrillers and horror novels. He was born on July 9, 1945, in Everett, Pennsylvania. Koontz's works have sold millions of copies worldwide, making him one of the most successful and prolific authors in the suspense genre. Koontz's writing career began in the 1960s, but he gained significant popularity in the 1980s and 1990s. His novels often feature elements of horror, mystery, science fiction, and suspense, and he is known for his skill in creating tension and building atmospheric narratives. Some of Dean Koontz's most notable works include Watchers, a thriller about a genetically enhanced dog and a highly intelligent creature pursued by sinister forces, Intensity, a gripping tale of a young woman caught in a deadly game with a serial killer, and Odd Thomas, a series of novels following the adventures of a young fry cook with paranormal abilities. He continues to write and publish new novels. Coming in at number 6, we have Anne Rice. Rice was born in New Orleans, Louisiana in 1941. She began her career writing erotica under the pseudonym Anne Roquelaure, but later gained fame for her horror novels, particularly the Vampire Chronicles series. She continues to write and publish new novels to this day. Rice is best known for her The Vampire Chronicles series, which includes the novels Interview with the Vampire and The Queen of the Damned. Number 5 on our list is Ramsey Campbell. Ramsey Campbell was born in Liverpool, England in 1946. He began writing horror and science fiction at a young age and has since become one of the most respected and acclaimed authors in the genre. His works include The Nameless and The Face That Must Die, as well as many short stories. Campbell is considered one of the most important horror writers in the United Kingdom. Number 4 on our list is Stephen King. Stephen King was born in Portland, Maine in 1947. He began writing at an early age and published his first novel, Carrie, in 1974. Since then, he has written over 60 novels and 200 short stories, many of which have been adapted into films, television shows, and comics. King is one of the most successful and recognized horror writers of all time, known for his novels The Shining and Salem's Lot, as well as his many other books and short stories. He continues to write and publish new work to this day. At number 3, we have Ambrose Bierce. Ambrose Bierce was born in 1842 in Meigs County, Ohio. He was a journalist, short story writer, and Civil War veteran. He is best known for his short story An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge and his satirical dictionary The Devil's Dictionary. Ambrose Bierce is known for his dark, twisted, and often satirical stories. His works often deal with themes of death, horror, and the supernatural. He is also known for his biting wit and sarcasm, which he often used to critique society and its institutions. One of his most famous works is An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge. The story is considered a classic of horror and fantasy literature, and has been adapted into film, television, and radio. Bierce's other notable horror stories include The Damned Thing, The Death of Halpin Fraser, and The Eyes of the Panther, which all deal with the themes of death, horror, and supernatural. Overall, Bierce's works are known for their dark, twisted, and often satirical nature. His writing style is characterized by its biting wit and sarcasm, which he often used to critique society and its institutions. His works are still widely read and studied today, and considered a classic in horror, fantasy, and satirical literature. He disappeared without a trace in 1914 while on a trip to Mexico. Coming in at number 2, we have Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe was born in 1809 in Boston, Massachusetts. He was a poet, short story writer, and literary critic, but is best known for his horror stories. Edgar Allan Poe is considered one of the most important figures in American literature, particularly in the genre of horror. He is known for his short stories, poems, and essays that deal with themes of death, horror, and the macabre. One of Poe's most famous works is The Telltale Heart, a short story about a man who murders an old man because of his vulture-like eye, and then confesses to the crime because he believes that the old man's heart is still beating under the floorboards. Poe's other notable horror stories include The Cask of Amontillado, The Pit and the Pendulum, The Raven, and The Black Cat, which all deal with similar themes of death, horror, and the macabre. Poe's poetry is also known for its dark and melancholic themes. His most famous poem is The Raven, which tells the story of a man visited by a talking raven, who repeatedly speaks the word nevermore, causing the man to descend into madness. Poe's writing is characterized by its use of vivid and evocative language, as well as its exploration of the darker aspects of human nature. His works have had a lasting impact on literature and continue to be widely read and studied to this day. He is also known as the inventor of the detective fiction genre, and his influence on crime and detective fiction is undeniable. And finally, at the top of our list at number 1, we have H.P. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft was born in 1890 in Providence, Rhode Island. He began writing at a young age, but only achieved a small amount of success during his lifetime. Lovecraft is best known for his creation of the Cthulhu mythos, a shared universe of stories, characters, and deities that have become a staple of horror and fantasy literature. The most famous of these stories is The Call of Cthulhu, in which an ancient, powerful, and evil deity is discovered by a group of researchers, who must then confront the terrifying reality of its existence. Another of his famous works is At the Mountains of Madness, in which a group of scientists discover ancient ruins in Antarctica, only to find that they were built by an extraterrestrial civilization that has long since died out. The story explores themes of cosmic horror and the insignificance of humanity in the face of the universe's true nature. Lovecraft's other notable works include The Dunwich Horror, The Color Out of Space, The Shadow over Innsmouth, and The Dreams in the Witch House, which all deal with similar themes of cosmic horror, ancient deities, and the insignificance of humanity. Lovecraft's writing is characterized by its use of vivid and evocative language, as well as its exploration of the darker aspects of human nature. His works have had a lasting impact on literature and continue to be widely read and studied to this day. His influence on horror and science fiction is undeniable, and his creation of the Cthulhu mythos has become a staple of the genre. Thank you for watching our video on the top 10 horror writers of all time. We hope you enjoyed learning about these masters of horror and their works.